One of our gCADPlus users, based in Fort Lauderdale in Florida, has developed his own little personal plant data file using our SPPDB application, and he's given us a subset here. If I scroll to the beginning of the data set, you can see he's put the botanical name, common name, and then categorized the plant as different plant types. He's put a code in, categorized it for ornamental features, the flower color, bloom time, and so on, and the USDA Department of Ag zones. So this is suitable, he knows it well, and it works in his environment. So we can scroll through here and look at the species in the database. It's possible to filter his list, which is very much longer than this one, and find, say, just those plants that are good for massed ground cover planting under heavy vegetation cover. All sorts of searches are possible in the little database. You can store information on hard space elements, on designs and blocks and notes and so on that can be pasted into his CAD drawings. What I want to do now, though, is to show that from SPPDB you can export a subset of that data, and we'll call it Florida plant list. I've rehearsed it so it's already there. So we've written out a text file, a GCP file, which can now be read into gCADPlus, and what we'll be able to do is to build our plant schedule very quickly from this specific list. The list could well be a filtered and a subset of a group of plants that meet other criteria, but I've just taken the whole 10 species that came across from this tiny little plant data file. I'd stress SPPDB is designed for you to build a plant data file of maybe 50, 80 or 100 species that you work with, you know are available in local nurseries and you can use in your construction work and design work. So we'll now move to gCADPlus and bring in that data file. Well, we're now in the gCADPlus environment, and I've used gCADPlus plant schedules and lists, and I've attached a GCP file, and there's the Florida plant list. I pick it and open it up. It says there's already one there, so I'll say yes, we'll attach it, and here's our little list. So the 10 species that were in the database have been exported. So we've got their botanical name, their common name, type, and the code, and I'll cancel from there. So that data file, plant list, GCP file if you like, is down at the bottom of the screen in the status area. What we're now going to do is to select a symbol. So we'll say gCADPlus set data to a plant. So I select, say we want a climber to grow along this fence line here. We pick it and we look for, we can shuffle this list by clicking here, sorts into ground cover, shrubs, medium, small, and tree, large, and there's a vine there. I'll click again and that will sort it in the other area. Now vine is at the top. So the bleeding heart vine I'll select and OK. Now when I say gCADPlus show symbols with names, I'll zoom out a little. You can see that all the symbols in the design, it's a very simple design and in the stages of being developed, are all selected. So I unselect all. What I can now do is use gCADPlus, all the tools that you need to remove data, set data, edit the list, search for symbols and so on are all here. But what I'm interested in doing is, can I draw a standard plant schedule automatically? I'm asked in the command area for the input text type. This is a design for Florida, so we're working in our base units are decimal feet, so text type left at 1. So I'm asked to, I hit the enter key. Now I'm asked for a corner point and down. So there we go, there's the plant schedule drawn automatically. The count shows at the right hand side, so there's obviously quite a lot of garden crotons here. They're all across the back there and across the front there in mass planting. If we increase the number, this is a raised garden bed through here, and we're out into a grassed area. We haven't quite worked out what we're going to do in that area. We may well bring that curving line across and then close these, but I hasten to say this is a design in progress. But just say we took one of those crotons and copied it and pasted several more out here. We sort of made a decision we're going to move that edge of the curving garden bed and bring it right out around here. And we had 39 garden crotons there. Let's move it over here and zoom in. We just say gCADPlus plant schedule and update the schedule. Now there are 45. So once the plant schedule is done, it keeps track of any changes that you make to the design. So I hope that illustrates that the plant data file SPPDB application works really well with the plant schedule. Now if we wanted to bring in examples of photographs, in fact, of these species, we might want to do it on a plan view. We might have some room down through here, or we might want to do another layout to demonstrate it. And because the path to the image file is stored in the plant database, you can easily pick up the image file and paste it into the layout. Here we are back in the SPPDB in the plant data file application, and we want an image, let's say, of the bleeding heart vine. And because we're running the little database, the database stores the location of the image name, so we can simply, it stores the path. So we can copy that. I've just done Control-C. Let's go back here, and we hop up the image manager. I'll just close from there just to remind you it's Draw, Raster Image, Add, and we have the path, so we just paste the path in there, and now we can insert the image. So in goes the image. So working with, let's zoom extents, you can sprinkle around the drawing or create other layouts and show the images of the species that you've used in the design very quickly and very easily. Clearly in this case, we come back here, we're going to need the plant schedule on this particular layout here, so we'd have to move things around a little, probably put the, if I just select here, we'd want to move that frame further up to enable us to put a new frame down in this area with the plant schedule in it. But I digress. I hope you see that the plant data file application works really well when you're in the CAD environment.